Well, good morning. So we're working our way through the book, How to Talk with Anybody About Anything. And the authors have the safe conversation dialogue in place, the idea of having empathy with everyone and no negativity. But they realized something was missing. They say, as we interviewed clients about how the safe conversation process was working for them, we learned that it was not enough to be compassionate and avoid negativity. Many felt it was important to add a skill that put the conversation and relationships on a positive track. Our clients wanted a skill that could be applied to make the person with a differing view feel genuinely valued and affirmed, and thus safe to interact with. The idea was to let those we disagree with on some points know that they didn't have to agree with us to be valued. With that in mind, we decided to add affirmation as a fourth skill of the safe conversation process. So the safe conversation process is you have to learn to talk to each other in a safe way, the dialogue, but you want to have empathy with people and also avoid any negativity. And now the fourth piece is to affirm them. And they make a distinction between affirmations and appreciation. And appreciation is a positive response to what somebody has done. Hey, thanks a lot. I really appreciate you did A, B, and C. An affirmation is an acknowledging that someone is worthy of recognition and valued, not because of what they have done, but because they exist. It's the acknowledgement of someone's intrinsic value. And then they go on, they each give two examples of personal stories of how they had been affected by words of affirmation. And as I was reading this and reflecting on it, two very personal examples came to my mind. I could think of some more, but here's two anyway. The first was when I first applied to study with Harville at the Imago Institute in New York. And there was some criterion I didn't meet. I don't know what it was at this point, but so I was on the phone to the secretary, and I was ready to withdraw my application because I didn't obviously meet some of the criterion, or one criterion anyway. She, and I still don't know to this day who she was, she stopped me and said, "Go ahead and apply anyway. You'll be great." She had all my other stuff, and she just go ahead and apply. You'll be great. And here I am 35 years later. 35 years later. And the other one was when I was asked to coach the St. Clair College hockey team. I coached at the high school and minor level, but I didn't see myself as being able to coach at the college level. And so in both of these examples, the person responsible for those decisions saw way more in me than I did in myself at the time. They were acknowledging my intrinsic value, and by doing that helped me to trust my own worth more. So I think as we affirm others, it helps. And they end the chapter, and I think this is really important, with the admonishment, know that your words matter in ways that you cannot imagine. Your words matter in ways that you cannot imagine. And they also make the point that you can demonstrate affirmations not just with words, but through actions, which can be even more powerful than words. But I think we probably all have examples of, we might have said something to somebody years ago. We don't remember what we said, but the words stay with them. So that's the sort of the four pieces of the safe conversation process. And then next week we're going to get into the first chapter of part 3 of the book, and they're talking about the space between, which we've talked about before, but we'll take a look at it. Okay? So have a great week. See you next week.